I don't see 100 people in here in 3 minutes, I'm gonna get mad. Nobody on this bitch. Everybody watch this.
4 of this Eastern Conference semifinal series, the starting lineups for both teams. Of course, the change for the Chicago Bulls, Stacey King, and for the absent Scottie Pippen, same lineup for the Philadelphia 76ers. Head coach for the Chicago Bulls, Phil Jackson. And the head man for the 76ers, Jim Lynam from nearby St. Joseph's. As far as the 76ers are concerned, Tommy, there is no place like home, and they plan to try and prove that today. The officials for today's contest, Earl Strom, the veteran, of course.
Double teams that were so effective early.
Zeminski controlling the tap for the 76ers. This is Johnny Dawkins.
Oh.
Into Charles Barkley, who was simply a man on Friday night, starting off early with the basket.
Well, you put him down there on the baseline and get a pick for him. Awfully difficult to double team.
Jordan over Hawkins, and Michael Jordan gets
difficult to double team.
Jordan over Hawkins, and
awfully difficult to double team.
Jordan over Hawkins, and Michael Jordan getting off early. 5 of 6 misses from the floor in the first quarter on Friday night. He starts off quickly today.
And that also was a key to the early good start of the good sign for the Michael Jordan hitting from the outside. Double free throw against those.
At the top offensive.
Sometimes it's bad, but boy, did they feed off it.
And for the Chicago, hoping to get off quickly today in place of Scottie Pippen. Dawkins being defended by John Paxson.
Johnny Dawkins needs a lot of confidence. He was hitting wide open jumpers out in Chicago on the doubling of Charles Barkley. Now they're letting him go for his shot unimpeded.
I want to get a clip real quick. Wait, what? Oh, I ain't know to do that. Hold on. I can't. Wait, for real? Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Hold on. What's his name? Oh, this one? Nope. No, where is it? Nope. 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 Is it this one? No, it was. What? Oh, never mind. I got it. Oh, Lord. Oh, this one don't have one. Oh, never mind. Checking. God damn it. 22 times. Nope. Why is it doing this here? I'm my granny. What's wrong with this, yeah? Yeah. 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 Oh, this. Hold on. Chill, my boy. All right. We're going to do this real quick.
A player being a bit more well-rounded than previous eras, that the role and responsibility is not completely dedicated to a specific position, rather than anybody can kind of do a little bit of everything. That existed before, but certainly took off with LeBron. I think that's probably the biggest change that has occurred pre and post LeBron now.
Interesting. What about you, Tom?
I'll take a stab at it. So other leagues like NFL and I think NFL and NHL are breaking records on views. So I would say ratings do matter. And if we're seeing a dip, there's an issue. And since we're talking about LeBron's legacy, I'll mention a few things that I'm critical about LeBron often on my page is him being buddy-buddy with his competitors. We saw it in this last playoffs. He's literally standing there laughing with Anthony Edwards. I was sick. I was ready to throw up when I saw that. I was like, dude, you're down 7 points in the fourth quarter. You're sitting there laughing with Anthony Edwards. Like, that bothered me so much because I'm a Kobe Mike guy. Kobe and Mike guy wouldn't talk to their own like teammates sometimes after a loss. Like, they were so locked in. Like, laughing with it just blew my mind. You're down 7, you're laughing. Like, that just showed me like LeBron doesn't care enough about winning. And it showed like he was happy with the stats because he had a good stat line that game. But his team took an L. So that creates buddy basketball. That creates less rivalries. You have the Lakers and Celtics.
All right. I used to not want no more. YouTube. Yeah. Hey, no. No. Hello, Josh. This is a long game. My bad.
Festive move here in Los Angeles. Madison Square Garden. Or it's hard not. Couple of LA.
Mike, I'd like to bring out a little point defensively about the Knicks. Give them a ton of credit because the Lakers shot 34%. The first unit was 7 for 24. Then you add 7 turnovers. So the defensive team out there, whoever is out there, they've been working extremely hard.
Much improved, as you mentioned, led by Tyson Chandler, but Jeffrey's a very underrated defender. Shumpert, the rookie, a good defender. And Mike D'Antoni says Jeremy Lin is a much better defender than he thought. When they looked at him, when he worked out for the team prior to the 2010 draft, that was a big concern. They didn't feel he could defend in the league. They said he's a smart defensive player.
I'll do this later. Back to watching basketball. We're back.
He had 16 on Friday night. Michael Jordan misses the 3, rebounded by Barkley. This is what he did Friday, starting the break to Hawkins.
That's good defense.
And John Paxson right down, trying to take a charge, but right over the top. What a strong shot.
A quick 6-2 lead by the Sixers. Grant. Zeminski with the rebound.
Right now, here comes the speed of the Sixers, boy, and that's where it was so effective. Barkley rebounding, pushing it up the court after that.
Controlled shot by Hawkins. This is Stacey King operating on Mahorn. Rick with the rebound.
He just fell.
Operating on Mahorn. Rick with the rebound. Dawkins most effective when he's penetrating as well, Tommy, creating for the offense. Barkley operating on Horace Grant. And Charles, very careless with
No, he
passes
saved
on
that.
Friday
Hold
night.
on.
5 left on the shot clock.
Why did he
Jaminsky.
bucket?
Mike Jaminsky is a weapon in the potentially in this game, and certainly was the other night with that outside shot.
Phil Jackson signals for a 20-second timeout as the Sixers have not missed from the field. 4 of 4. And Philadelphia too pleased to be back home. Game 1 in Chicago, all Chicago. They won it by 11. Michael Jordan, 39 points. Game 2 the same as Chicago moved out and won that one, 101-96. Jordan, 45 points. Game 3 back home, completely different. Charles Barkley dominated from start to finish, both ends of the floor. 2 games to 1 lead. Michael Jordan averaging 44 points in the series as he had 49 on Friday night.
Well, he has taken his team on his shoulders, but they were not able in Game 3 to play their type of basketball, running aggressive basketball. And they need to try and do that this afternoon. Get Jordan loose and Grant loose in the open court.
Key matchups for Chicago. Horace Grant on Barkley and King being defended by Mahorn. Jordan, always a key person, period. Michael Jordan with 4 points in the early going, and it's an 8-4 Philadelphia lead.
Hit shot.
Jaminsky posting up with Stacey King. Left-handed hook shot by Mike Jaminsky wasn't pretty, but effective.
Well, he's working against a rookie, and they decided to test him in a low post. That's not one of his real strong points, but against a rookie, it might be.
Philadelphia yet to miss from the field, 5 of 5. Here's King with the running left-handed hook. Cartwright rebound and scores over top of Jaminsky. Bill Cartwright did not score a point Friday night. 0 for 2 from the floor in 27 minutes of action. Need more production from him.
Well, they got to get him the ball, but the Sixers were double teaming him in the low post. He's not real good beating that double team.
Jaminsky with the second jump hook shot. This one with the right hand.
He's got a height advantage on Stacey King. They may end up having to double Jaminsky in a low post, and that'll turn Barkley and the Sixer guards loose.
I don't think Jaminsky forgot how abused he was by King in Chicago in Game 2 as Bill Cartwright is called for steps. Turnover Chicago, ball Philadelphia.
Jaminsky's low post defense was suspect out in Chicago. They helped him out when the ball went in against Cartwright in Game 3 by doubling down. That time they didn't quite do it.
Hawkins into Jaminsky, who's 3 of 3 from the floor. Dawkins penetrating where he's effective. Out to G-Man. Rebound, Mahorn. Barkley. Fouled by Horace Grant.
Are you calling Big Barkley?
First personal foul on Horace Grant. 3rd team foul.
This is where Barkley was immense in the 3rd game. Mahorn puts it back off the glass, and Barkley really carves out space. That's where he punishes you.
And an offensive foul called on Hersey Hawkins. That's his first personal foul. 7:58 remaining in the first quarter as Jim Lynam, head coach of the 76ers, looking on his team out to a 12-6 lead in the early going. James Brown along with Tom Heinsohn and Jim Gray for Game 4 here in Philadelphia. King trying to use his quickness on Mahorn effectively that time.
He is a beautiful, and I say beautiful, low post player. Very few players have come into the league in their rookie year and dominated down over the box as well as Stacey King has.
Said he was always quick going to his left, developed a right move. Credits Tex Winter. And this is Mike Jaminsky, rebounded by Grant. Chicago much prefers an up-tempo game. Jordan to King.
Good pass.
King, the power forward, out on the wing, and that's a good sign for the Bulls.
Excuse me, Tommy. Rick Mahorn had his ankle stepped on that time. He's limping very badly and taking himself out of the offensive play to the bottom right of your screen. Trying to run it off. Mahorn passes inside to Jaminsky. Mike Jaminsky with 8 first-quarter points.
What a surprise. Jaminsky usually effective in this series from 18 feet. Now he's scoring inside.
Jordan. A concentrated effort on Jordan's part, concerted effort to get off in the first quarter, unlike Friday night where he coasted through the first 2 quarters.
And I think it's a good move on Jordan's part to establish what he's going to do early to help the emotion of his ball club.
I might blow up the car, buddy.
GM car or truck faster.
Gets in from not wind and got hurt.
There, pal.
Jimmy?
Having trouble putting any weight. It's just really sore. He thinks he'll be back.
All right, Jim. And Rick Mahorn, of course, hurt that right knee on Friday night.
Right knee.
And now today, the left knee.
He's an important player, no doubt about it, to provide that banging that has caused concern to the Bulls. The intimidator that has at times taken the Bulls out of thinking of what they're supposed to do and worrying about him.
Ed Neely into the lineup now for the Chicago Bulls, replacing Stacey King. And Jordan comes over to block Barkley's shot. And Horace Grant aggressively on the boards. This is Michael.
Great move by Jordan. A little double pick up high. So on the up quick, Jordan just gets into the gut of the Sixer defense.
Michael Jordan with 8 first quarter points. Had 16 in the first half on Friday night. Obviously more determined here this afternoon. Ron Anderson for 3. That's his role off the bench for Philadelphia to score from the outside.
He's a great fast break player, and he can put it on the floor and also shoot threes.
Bill Cartwright can't get the roll. Jordan does, but misses the follow. This is Barkley. Out to Anderson. Good defensive rotation by Chicago. Dawkins. A 2-pointer by Johnny Dawkins, who has 4 points, 16 he scored on Friday.
Boy, they really need his outside shooting on that rotation of any kind of double teaming of Barkley.
Jordan. You wonder how this guy maintains his stamina as long and as well as he played on Friday night. He comes right back and takes matters in his own hand in the first quarter.
That's been the most amazing thing about Michael Jordan to date is his stamina. How he's been able to elevate his game, play that hard, score 40, 50 points, and still do all the other things he does.
Mike Gminski doing what he does best, scoring. He's got 10 points in the first quarter. Mike Gminski, not your typical center. He's kind of a perimeter center.
Well, against certain people, he can get the shot off, as we saw very well in the early part of this game against Stacey King, who kind of gives him his position, but he is more known for his outside shooting ability and passing.
Cartwright.
I'll tell you a guy that's banging right now for the Bulls. That's Grant.
Mike Gminski getting a much-deserved hand as he takes a seat on the bench, replaced by Rick Mahorn. So it's Dawkins and Hawkins in the backcourt for Philadelphia. Rick Mahorn, Ron Anderson, and Charles Barkley for the 76ers. Anderson going by Grant. Paxson with the loose ball.
Great block out that time by Neely.
And John Paxson hustling down the court for the left-handed layup, scoring his first basket of the afternoon.
That's what they have to do more of. Get Paxson, Hodges, and Michael Jordan loose on the fast break before the Philadelphia defense gets totally set up.
21-18 Philadelphia lead. 3:36 remaining in the first period. Barkley going across the middle, fouled by Ed Neely. Now, Ed Neely is a big body, 6'7", 245 pounds. He's a 7th-year vet out of Vanderbilt, and he can use his weight to lean on Barkley.
But he's also a very fundamentally sound player. On the last play, he blocked out Charles Barkley off the boards and really never gave him a decent shot at the offensive rebound, something that the Bulls were not doing very effectively in Game 3.
Barkley was 0 for 2 from the free throw line last time up. Yet to find the range, and he's only got 2 points. John Paxson takes a seat on the bench as B.J. Armstrong checks in for the Chicago Bulls. B.J. Armstrong, a rookie out of Iowa, and he is playing like a veteran. As Barkley finally finds the range, 1 of 4 at the free throw line. B.J. Armstrong, Bill Cartwright, Michael Jordan, Ed Neely, and Horace Grant, the 5 for the Chicago Bulls. Jordan. Barkley with the loose ball to Dawkins. Back to Barkley. Blocking foul on Michael Jordan. Count the basket for Charles Barkley.
On the long rebounds, Philadelphia's been jumping all over him and getting far out on the fast break very quickly. Dawkins makes a commitment to Barkley, and Jordan has to pick him up. And the bang doesn't work.
5 team fouls for Chicago. First on Jordan. And a 24-18 Sixers lead. NBA playoff action on tap for you today. Coming up next, it'll be Detroit against New York. Pistons lead 2-1 in that series. And some of you will see the Lakers against the Phoenix Suns 2-1. Phoenix.
When Ron Andorra making a 3.
You see 6 points. Bulls 17 by Hart. Grant working hard to free himself. Defended by Ron Anderson right on top of him. Tough shot by Hart
right now.
Cheer for Anderson. Hey, Dawkins, when the opportunity presents itself, taking advantage of it.
You don't always have to take the outside shot against the doubling defense. On the rotation, you can penetrate just like Dawkins did.
2 veterans going at each other, Cartwright and Mahorn. Great hustle by Horace Grant, who throws it away. All right,
that was best way to get
Barkley. All
layups.
And Chicago will give Barkley the outside shot all day long. Will Perdue has Chicago's last 7 points. Armstrong. Philadelphia ball. Brooks bringing it up for Philadelphia.
Well, to harass him in the backcourt right now, that takes some clock time off the 24-second clock. Doesn't give him an awful lot of time to run their half-court offense.
And Perdue can't find the handle on the rebound off of his teammate Horace Grant. Stays Sixers ball. Mike Jaminski back in for the Sixers. He's the leading scorer for Philadelphia with 10 points. Barkley with Neely. Double clutches. The good help by the 7-footer Will Perdue forced Barkley to double clutch.
He sure did, and Barkley kind of could have taken it right through there. He's favoring the fall-away jump shot right now.
Grant. So Horace Grant using his quickness to get by the smaller Ron Anderson, and Horace Grant with 6 points. It's a 36-33 Philadelphia lead. Now the tempo, Tommy, is more to Philadelphia's liking. This is B.J. Armstrong. Nice pass back to Perdue. Blocked by Barkley. Here come the Sixers. And a technical foul is called on either Will Perdue or Phil Jackson, both for mouthing off.
But they took a layup away from the Sixers while that argument was ensuing. Phil Jackson up as Philadelphia had a real good fast break advantage. Will Perdue claiming that his shot was goaltended on that Chicago fast break thrust.
And Jack Nees promptly assessed the technical to Will Perdue. So Hersey Hawkins, an 88% free throw shooter on the regular season, will shoot the technical. And gets the familiar roll from the hometown rim.
You know, Hersey Hawkins is what I call a middle finger shooter, not an index finger shooter, which means sometimes you're going to have bad nights because it rolls off the right side of your hand, not the left side, the thumb side. Sooner or later, when they become pros, they start working get down and get the ball on that index finger.
The pointing finger. Jaminski, 12 points. The jump hook shot is working extremely well for Jaminski. 6 of 8 from the field.
Going one-on-one down in that low post.
Don't touch me, bro. Please.
Perdue, the big guy.
And boy, the fans have been on Jaminski hard here in Philadelphia, so this is somewhat retribution time for him. Anderson with the rebound. And Chicago stopping the Philadelphia. Fast break with the double team. Thornton.
I'm finished.
The Bulls all over the rebound. What? He got the outlet out, and boy, did they get it up the floor quick.
the official razor of the NBA, presents Close Shaves.
He's a tank.
The defending NBA champion 76ers are surprised at home by the inspired New Jersey Nets. The heavily favored Sixers regroup to tie the series in New Jersey.
Mike and with
Trailers, guys.
B.J. Armstrong, Craig Hodges, Stacey King, Will Perdue, and Michael Jordan, the 5 for Chicago.
And Barkley is now defending Jordan. That's a challenge.
Jordan. Scott Brooks with the loose ball. And Michael Jordan on Charles Barkley. Strength advantage clearly to Barkley. Can't get the pass into him to take advantage of it.
Too long a pass, and Michael Jordan with those quick feet right around Barkley.
Hodges.
Well, Jordan's now playing that quick forward spot, and that quickness advantage definitely ought to go to Jordan. Although, watch that matchup.
Jaminsky. Mike Jaminsky is on fire. 7 of 9 from the floor. 14 first half points. King being defended by Bob Thornton.
The real King.
And Barkley is just trying not to let Jordan get the ball at all.
Perdue fouled on the shot. Shooting situation.
They're going to see right now Michael Jordan defending against Barkley in Barkley's turf. And the pass too long. And look at Michael Jordan really confusing Barkley and the passer as to where he is. And he just stepped around with those quick feet and picked it off. That's the best way to play a low post player, is not let him know where you are. And with those quick feet, boy, you can do some damage.
Perdue misses the second. Bob Thornton was assessed a personal foul, his first, team second for Philadelphia here in the second period. Horace Grant back into the lineup for the Chicago Bulls, replacing Will Perdue.
And Will Perdue played one great stint there. He hustled and went back, and for a center to get back and protect against fast breaks, that's a big effort.
And Perdue sits with 8 points, having scored 8. Johnny Dawkins back into the lineup for the Sixers, replacing Scott Brooks. Jordan. Grant with the rebound, fouled by Bob Thornton. So Horace Grant continues his aggressive play, going to the boards, and rewarded with the trip to the free throw line.
Well, he's being defended right now, I believe, by Ron Anderson, and Ron Anderson is not a power forward.
Anderson 6'6", giving away 4 inches to Horace Grant. Grant, only a 69% free throw shooter on the regular season, misses the first.
Well, he was an unhappy guy a year ago with Doug Collins, and this year everybody thought he was going to be a little bit more inclined to go along with the program, but popped off a little bit before the playoffs started about contract, being part of the offense, and all those same things.
And that was Grant's first completed free throw in this series, 1 of 6. Chicago applying the press that really rattled Philadelphia in the second half of Friday night's game. Philadelphia had enjoyed a 27-point lead that got down to 3. Here's Barkley.
Great pass by Mike Jaminsky, slid right by Stacey King.
Barkley with 8, and it's a 45-35 Philadelphia lead, and a foul called on Charles Barkley.
Watch Barkley in that low post right now as Stacey King trying to get over the top, and look at that ball right underneath Stacey King. Good lead pass for the turn of Barkley to the hoop.
And it's like the parting of the waters when Barkley gets the ball down.
Look,
Cartwright back in for the Bulls. So it's Stacey King, B.J. Armstrong, Bill Cartwright, Michael Jordan, and Horace Grant, the 5 for the Bulls. Jordan and Horace Grant, the 5 for the Bulls. Jordan. Michael Jordan with 12 points in the first half, 6 of 13 from the field. And it's an 8-point Sixers lead. 4:25 remaining in the first half. Barkley on Grant. Loose ball controlled by Chicago.
back on Michael Jordan, and he backs way off and tries to cut off the attack angle of Michael Jordan to the hoop.
Cartwright. And Grant with those sticky fingers again with the loose ball. And Mike Jaminski is going to get called for a reach-in foul. At the conclusion of our game, Tom Heinsohn and I will select the Miller Lite Player of the Game in conjunction with the award. Miller Lite will present a check in the amount of $1,000 and the player's name to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. I mentioned earlier that Stacey King credits Tex Winter with helping him to develop his quick post moves. Mostly known as a player going to his left in college is called on.
You're looking, and he's right.
45-39 lead, Philadelphia. Dawkins on the move, followed by Barkley, offensive goaltending. Chicago ball. Well, I mentioned about Barkley's moms, and she'll be joining Bill Raftery and Pat O'Brien coming up at halftime on the Prudential at the half. I'm sure you'll be interested to hear what she has to say about her darling son.
Yes.
King.
Oh, just a great move. One dribble to the middle, gets the defender leading that way, and it swoops back with the curl-in hook shot.
Stacey King with 7 points and is down to a 4-point Philadelphia lead. 3:15 remaining in the first half. Dawkins by Paxson and scores.
Great move by Dawkins on the swing.
Hawkins tried to slow.
Great move by Dawkins on the swing.
Hawkins tried to slow Jordan. And it would have been the case for a mere mortal, but not for the man they call E.T. Jordan with 15 first half points.
Just don't touch his index finger, right?
Horn. Defended by Cartwright, and Cartwright gives him a dose of his own medicine, but a little too much, as Bill Cartwright gets whistled for the first personal foul.
This is it. The Tour de Life.
I'm looking for
There.
good.
Basket. Make him take a poorer percentage shot. Cut off the direct route once, twice. Must pull it back out. No forcing that time by Jordan.
Please, the next one.
Jaminski. Mahorn with the rebound. Hammered by John Paxson, and Mahorn didn't complain because he understands that's what he dishes out.
A little bit of rough play. Grab on, hold.
That's a lot of holding there.
Take a foul. He's a good kid.
Mahorn.
He sure is.
He must have talked to his mother. Third personal on John Paxson. Second team foul. Barkley. Jordan above everyone. King. Stacey King and Tommy, I tell you, that move really does look good. He goes up under control. He said he had been rushing the shots earlier in the season. Now he takes his time and he's more effective.
Well, he sure has it down, but what was effective there was he got up there before any of the the Sixers big guys.
Hawkins for three. Percy Hawkins with his 12th point of the afternoon. And it's a 62-56 Philadelphia lead. 9 minutes remaining in the third. Jordan. Grant. Offensive rebound. A little too emotional on the play as he took steps before he followed up with the shot.
He has been aggressively attacking the offensive board, and he's one of the big reasons why they led in that department in the first half. And he's trying to continue that because that was a big factor.
Dawkins, Hawkins, Barkley, Jaminski, and Mahorn. The 5 on the floor for Philadelphia. Mahorn and Cartwright going at it. And Mahorn leaning in but can't get the roll. Paxson, nice pass to King. And Stacey King at 6'11", outrunning the 6'3" Hawkins.
Oklahoma basketball. Everybody runs out there.
Billy Tubbs' specialty. Hawkins for three. Second three-pointer for Hersey Hawkins. And just that quick, he's got 15 points, and the Sixers lead it by 7. Paxson. Tapped out by Mahorn to Barkley.
That's weird.
To Jaminsky.
Don't do that, man.
Great look that time by Charles Barkley.
So Barkley is not scoring, he's passing, getting the teammates involved. King out-quicking Rick Mahorn down in the blocks. And boy, is he playing with an awful lot of confidence. Stacey King with 18 points.
Rick Mahorn has not attacked his shooting hand at all.
Now the official reacting to Rick Mahorn, Billy Oakes thinking that Mahorn is going to go back at Cartwright.
I got to get my good spot here. How many times have you seen guys that he was defending end up on the floor? He knows what it's like. But you know what's really funny? They asked Rick Mahorn, they said, why are you guys wearing black shoes? And he said, well, we thought about pink and about lavender type shoes, but we're not that kind of team, pink or lavender.
They are that kind of team. Michael Jordan answering right back. Michael with 21 points. 7-point Philly lead. Barkley.
Boy, he had a clear shot to the hoop that time on Grant.
Paxson better when he posts up like that or squares up, and he nails it 6 out of 10 times. He will do that. John Paxson.
But they're advancing the ball very, very quickly, and Paxson in the corner is a decided option.
And despite the run by Philadelphia and the emotion of the crowd, Chicago trailing by only 5. 6 minutes remaining in the third. Grant, good knockaway. This is Paxson. Blocked by Barkley. And it starts a break. Hawkins for 3.
Jaminsky in the first half. Hawkins with the outside shots here in the second half.
And Billy Oakes catches Rick Mahorn with a little too much aggressive play. He's got the foul.
All-out hustle by Barkley, who created the turnover, saves 2. Keeps it in bounds, and they get it up quickly for the three-pointer by Hersey Hawkins.
Fourth personal foul on Rick Mahorn. He takes a seat as Ron Anderson replaces him in the lineup. Jordan, sweet move. Barkley, good rebound. And Barkley, as he leads the break, is fouled, showing his agility and ball handling moves. Jack Nees whistles the foul on Grant, his third.
Here he comes off the boards with the rebound. Right now, he should have gotten it to somebody else, but they attacked him too quickly and decided, well, I might as well continue on. But there were people open at the wing.
And at least in the film room, before practice, they can say, I made a stab at it, but they didn't go wholeheartedly after Barkley. Anderson. King runs it down, stolen by Hawkins, and hammered by Cartwright. And again, Tommy, the interaction between Cartwright and Hawkins indicates they understand you don't come in for easy layups. Cartwright helped them up.
That's a hard foul, and that's what they said are going to happen in this series. Good steal here by Hawkins, takes it strong. Their center, the power guy, puts him down. No hurt, but what the intent of all that is by both ball clubs is to let everybody know that you have to watch me at least and take your eye off the basket.
A technical technical foul was called on Charles Barkley, and Jordan misses the technical free throw. But back at this end, Hersey Hawkins will go to the free throw line after being fouled by Bill Cartwright.
While we were doing that replay, I missed what happened with Barkley, but that seemed like a foolish technical.
And that's one of those indications of what Jimmy Lynam meant. When you take Charles Barkley, you have to take him all.
Take the whole package.
Well, let me correct that. The technical foul was actually called on Jim Lynam, so I'm sure Charles Barkley will say, well, you got to take all of Jim Lynam, too.
Right. Got to take his whole package. What was he screaming about there?
I heard it loud and clear.
Now, Hersey Hawkins has been the emotional heart right now, pumping emotion into his ball club. Barkley did in Game 3, and Hersey Hawkins and Jaminski in Game 4.
Dawkins to Anderson to Jaminski. Timeout, Chicago.
You're going to see a classic fast break. Mike Jaminski to center fills this wing. Ron Anderson fills this wing. They get the ball into the middle, dribble up against a two-man defense. And do they make that bottom man of the defense react with a good thrust by Anderson on the left wing? Here's Jordan has to go for that move, and it leaves Mike Jaminski wide open for the layup. Great fast break basketball.
And a 76-64 Philadelphia lead. I saw Charles Barkley complaining to the official and thought the technical was on him. It was actually on Lynam. Jim Gray has a clarification.
Just before we went to break, Jimmy Lynam and Earl Strom went after each other, and Earl told me in between the break he's not going to take any more guff from any of the Sixers. He told them they're the toughest team to officiate, and he's not going to take it anymore the rest of the game the next time you're out.
But
JB?
But he's only got a couple more weeks. You think he could survive a couple of more weeks?
After 32 years.
Jordan. What a play by Jordan. You think he could survive a couple of more weeks?
After 32 years.
Jordan. What a play by Jordan. And Hersey Hawkins looking for a jump shot, and he just whisked right by him with the finger roll.
I had asked the Philly players if Hawkins had lost his confidence after Game 2 trying to defend the all-world Jordan. They said no, he wanted to come home to give him some of the medicine as well. And Barkley dropping in some medicine. 14 points worth. Balanced afternoon for Barkley. 8 rebounds and 2 blocks. DJ Armstrong, Stacey King, Michael Jordan, Horace Grant, and Will Perdue, the 5 for Chicago.
That's the double team of Jordan in the low post.
Stolen by Philly. This is Barkley.
Well, no hard foul on Barkley. DJ Armstrong saying, I want to be able to get up tomorrow morning.
Armstrong said he was not shying away from physical contact, but give him an A for intelligence on that one. King, an A for effort on the second effort there as he's fouled. Called on, make that the foul called on Mike Jaminski. That's his second personal foul and team third.
Bad block out that time by Charles Barkley. He never really did lay a body on King.
Maybe.
Jordan. Armstrong. Rebounded by Perdue. And the nice thing that Perdue did was to collect himself and get his balance, Tommy.
That's a lot of collecting, too.
An 80-68 Philadelphia lead with under 3 to play in the third quarter. Game 4 here in Philadelphia. Hawkins. Dawkins back to Hawkins. To Jaminski. And Philadelphia staying on the glass as Anderson gets the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Jordan. Bob Thornton comes in to replace
Jaminski has certainly played a whale of a game. His shot started to get a little flat. He's tired. Goes to the bench.
But he dropped in 24 points before getting tired. Barkley Shot missed, rebounded by King. 5 rebounds by Stacey King. And Ron Anderson is going to be whistled for the foul, a little too aggressive on the blocks against Horace Grant. First personal on Anderson.
That's a fire name.
Next personal foul for Philadelphia will put them over the limit.
I just looked.
Ed Neely replaces Will Perdue for Chicago.
Well, with the insertion of Thornton at the center spot, Phil Jackson has to go a little small himself.
As Jordan draws the foul from Hersey Hawkins. And you know, you were talking about intelligent play on the part of Philadelphia and running different defenders at Michael Jordan. Explain that.
Well, what they're trying to do is every once in a while show a different guy, a different look. Hawkins will challenge him up close. Anderson, when he's playing him, backs off. And you like to set up a guy with several different moves, and you get him in a pattern of trying to defend you. When you introduce 2 or 3 players against Michael Jordan, he has to reintroduce a pattern against each player. So that makes it a little bit more intellectual game for Michael Jordan than most players. But he certainly responds to the challenge.
Phi Beta Kappa wise.
Yep.
Full court press by Chicago, and Thornton calls a 20-second timeout as Jimmy Lynam wants to talk with the troops. You see Freddie Carter standing over there with Jimmy Lynam, and Freddie Carter certainly one of the most ready assistants around the league, ready for a head coaching job, and Lynam listens to him. Coming up next here on CBS, the defending world champion Detroit Pistons take on the New York Knicks, and the Knicks playing revitalized ball in the Garden, looking to even that series up. In the Lakers playing against Phoenix. Are you surprised to see Phoenix ahead 2-1 against the Lakers out there?
Really happening out there is Phoenix is beating the Lakers at their own game, the up-tempo, fast break style, and they've got the younger legs to make that style happen. But they've also got Mark West, who's a big banger underneath the boards. I think he's going to be a key player in that series.
And Jeff Hornacek had a whale of a game yesterday. Many GMs around the league say he's the most underrated player in the league. And what Lynam didn't like there, a turnover as Philadelphia throws it away. Usually when you come out of a huddle, a coach would love to see you execute and score. Not like that, though.
Well, they didn't even inbound the ball, obviously, but they've got to solve this press. It was very effective, and the only way you get a team to take it off is attack the basket, make layups. It demoralizes a pressing defense.
And Michael Jordan being defended by Hersey Hawkins. Hawkins with the loose ball. 3-on-2. Barkley. To her. Followed by Hawkins.
Barkley has made 3 moves going strong to the hoop and just couldn't put him down.
15 points this period for Hersey Hawkins. He's got 22. And King. Fortunate he didn't have the charging call made against him. Instead, whistled for the walk as Bob Thornton showed good defense. And Philadelphia withstanding the charge by the Bulls, lead it by 12 with 1:30 remaining in the third.
King going to his right hand, and they take it away. Thornton playing him that way because what he likes to do is take one dribble in that direction, get you leaning, and then whirl around and use his left hand.
In game 1, of course, Charles Barkley was screaming and hollering at his teammates whom he felt weren't doing the job on the floor. The press here in Philadelphia made a lot to do of it. Barkley called a team meeting prior to practice on Thursday. Now, Tommy, is a lot of that blown out of proportion, or again, is that just one of those matters you take Barkley as he is?
Well, that's a great indication that the team is together. They went in there and they had their discussion. In fact, Jimmy Lynam was standing outside, and one of the members of the press said to him, "What are they talking in there about?" And Jimmy Lynam looked over like, "What, are you stupid or something?" They're talking about the Chicago Bulls. And I would have to believe exactly that was happening. This team is a wacko team in Jimmy Lynam's words, but anything can happen before the game starts. Once the game starts, he says, baby, they put it on the line. To each other without a coach. His head by Grant. Well, they take off the zone press and just put a harassing B.J. Armstrong on Hawkins.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Anderson on Grant. And Grant got those long arms up to slightly alter their shot.
What a great block out once again by Neely, as Barkley couldn't smell the offensive board.
Jordan only 9 of 21 from the field. King, that's a high percentage shot.
Right-handed, too.
20 points for Stacey King. An opportunity to make it 21 as Charles Barkley picks up his 3rd personal foul.
Well, we'll watch him swoop down the lane right now. It goes outside. They double team, and here's King swooping down from the head of the key wide open. But King, there's a rookie story about him. They didn't like the food on the chartered flight, so they sent him out to get chicken in the box. He went to get it, got in the car, came back, and as he's driving up to the airport, their chartered flight is taken off, and he ends up with 12 chicken in the boxes and had to pay for his plane ticket the next morning. That's what they do to rookies.
And Charles Barkley does what he just did to rookies and veterans alike. And Michael Jordan, equal opportunity abuser.
Does it to guards, forwards, centers.
25 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Philadelphia leading 84-75. Barkley, there comes a double team. Over to Anderson. Good defense by Horace Grant and a steal as a result. Under 10 seconds to play in the 3rd. Armstrong. B.J. Armstrong. And he got his confidence when Craig Hodges was out injured. Good pass from Barkley to Hawkins. Jordan. So that's the end of the 3rd period with the score. Philadelphia 86, Chicago 77. And we'll return to the Spectrum after this message and a word from your local station.
Just told you don't need anything.
Certainly it can be done.
Scottie Pippen, of course, is not here, and that's going to sap the quickness a little bit at this key juncture.
And a quick defensive move by Jordan blocking the Thornton shot.
He likes to play scrambling defense. Read what's going on and then use his quickness to get in there and defend or steal.
And Bob Thornton smacking Stacey King.
You're going to see a great look by Barkley down inside the Thornton, but there's Michael Jordan just waiting at the pass to cut him off.
Elaborate on Pippen's absence. How do you assess it at this point?
Well, they've had to use all their quickness just to get where they are right now. Again, in that pressing defense, his quickness at the quick forward spot would have been a real plus. Plus his offensive ability.
And Ed Neely showing some offensive ability as he bulls his way in for the score.
You know, sometimes you make a mistake with a guy like Ed Neely. Here's Jordan. They go and double team him, and Barkley's just saying to himself, well, it's Ed Neely. Well, Ed Neely is smart enough to step in when the opportunity is there and make layups. You can't forget about Ed Neely. He's a very fundamentally sound player.
Neely forced Barkley into his 4th personal foul, and Chicago is trimmed. The Sixers lead to 6 with 11:10 remaining in the game. Barkley looking to return the favor to Neely. Waiting for the double team. This is Scott Brooks for 3.
That was a big hoop because at pressure defense, taking some time off the clock, take some options out of your half-court offense.
Defensively, Scott Brooks reminds me of a miniature Dan Marley. King. Neely and Barkley doing battle. Neely winning the battle. Boy, you said you can't forget about him.
I'll tell you, you just must get over the top of him. You can out-jump him, but he is a position player, and when you give him an inch, he's going to hold it.
7-point Philadelphia lead. Hawkins, speed advantage over Neely. Can't capitalize. Jordan with the rebound. 5 rebounds for Michael Jordan. B.J. Armstrong back to Jordan for three. And Jordan, as if he hasn't been warm already, has just dropped in his 30th point, under 10 to play. Up to this point, Philadelphia continues to shoot well. A great individual battle between Michael Jordan and Hersey Hawkins. Hersey Hawkins with a total of 24, Jordan with 30. And Philadelphia actually doing the job in transition. The score right now, a 4-point lead being nursed by Philadelphia. And Tommy, on Friday night, Chicago showed a very effective trapping defense. You think you'll see it here?
I very much do. I think they're going to scramble around. A scrambling defense is a very gambling defense, and it takes you out of the plays that you would like to use. It makes you find an opening any place on the court, and that guy has to be smart enough to take a good shot. And you can take a player like a Barkley out of the game. I'm sure right now Jimmy Lynam would like to go to Barkley and let him attack Neely.
He's got Neely on Barkley. Neely, 245 pounds, leaning his weight on Barkley. And Barkley draws the brunt of that Neely weight for the foul. And Neely taps him. And again, you see Barkley. He knows it. He dishes it out as well.
Middle for who now?
Game by grabbing that rebound one-handed. 9:25 remaining. Jordan. Rebounded by Neely. And Ed Neely showing why he played so much in Game 3 in place of Scottie Pippen. Coming to the fore, 9 points and 6 rebounds for Ed Neely.
Don't take him for granted. He knows how to play the game.
Chicago with a chance to cut the lead to 2 or to tie it with a 3. Armstrong blocked by Mahorn. Jordan over top of everyone.
Well, what do you do on a play like that? He just simply out-leaped everybody. There's nobody up there with him to stop him.
You need a tennis racket to help you on defense with that. 32 points for Michael Jordan, down to a 1-point Philadelphia lead. Barkley stripped by Jordan. Brooks under 5 on the shot clock. Anderson forces it. A fresh 24, and Jordan make that. Barkley is hammered from behind by B.J. Armstrong.
I'll tell you what's going to happen in the next ball game. The way they're manhandling right now, Charles Barkley, every time he goes to take a shot, I tell you, Jordan is going to receive the same treatment. They have been very limited. Watch this, as everybody just rapping next bumper strong.
Replace order.
Philadelphia. Chicago Bulls don't feel that it inhibited them whatsoever in what they're doing to Barkley. It worked. It saved 2 points.
Chicago with an opportunity to go ahead for the first time in the ball game, and they do on that Bill Cartwright jumper. Only Bill Cartwright's 4th point of the afternoon, and the Bulls lead it 91-90. Mahorn defended by Cartwright. And
rookie right away
as Anderson, Hawkins, Jaminsky, and Mahorn, the 5 on the floor for Philadelphia. Anderson double teamed and throws it away, so the trapping press paid dividends that time. Chicago with the chance to expand the lead. Under 5 on the shot clock. Armstrong's got to get it up. And the 24-second clock catches him before the basket by Bill Cartwright.
Little trapping double team on Anderson in the corner. The best place to trap. No passing angles. Bad pass way out high as Dawkins never got too close to him.
I'm laughing.
But I don't know why they're having Barkley play him.
He's 14.
Oh, so the rest of
45 remaining. Dawkins over to Anderson for 3.
one.
That Manna Miller, the sport. Through. Guard.
1 points for Jim Gray. I'm James Brown saying Chicago up 3-1.
One.
Okay.
You know, I don't even think about it.
Michael, are you proud of me, Michael?
Chicago pulls it out. Society. And again, those are Chicago
People say an out.
and to take nothing on the Percy Hawkins. I'm sure those Chiefs probably had some new
By the boy from
clock night. Again, for 3 between Chicago and Philadelphia.
Oh my God. Yo. All right, let me look this up. Who won this game? I know 5. They take that risk. Mr. Michael Jordan. Right here. Here's game 4. At 45 and 11. I wish the game was good, or the game quality was good, so I got to see 11 to 101. How did they lose? How did they lose? Oh, Hershey Hawkins, that's at 8 turnovers. Ron Anderson, that's at 5. Joe, 22 turnovers? Well, they had 13, so. Oh, 18, my bad. Y'all was tripping. Is it rebounds? How did they? I couldn't even look, bro. How did they lose? Oh, they got rebounded crazy. 36 to. Well, offensive is 16, so. Did they shoot better? Well, it was just MJ that shot. I don't know. I'm at